Hey guys, in today's gameplay, pretty much I'll be bringing you some like Wu-Chang gameplay, and for credibility, I was top 10 Wu-Chang I think last season, which was season 13 if I'm not mistaken, if not season 12. I think I was top 10, almost top 5 with like a 80% win rate with Wu-Chang, and my Wu-Chang build is up, down with Max Berserker and Desperate Fight with Tinnitus, obviously. Now, in this gameplay, you see that I'm going against a full clan, a full team, a clan. This is in legendary mode, by the way. They get matched up together. Um, and so, this is like a four-man VC scenario. And pre-lobby, they were mentioning that they were in VC. So, Wu Chang and four-man comps, this can be a little tedious. It's mostly because Wu Chang is not really a tournament hunter. I mean, he can obviously win. It's rarely possible that he wins, but it's also very most likely that he ties. And he's not usually a first round hunter because if he's a first round hunter, Wu Ching's mostly will lose because of the four man VC comp. Now, in a scenario, when I play Wu Ching, I ban Merc. And the reason why you ban Merc is because although a seer can expose and probably tell the survivors it might be a Wu Ching, it's not that bad. Mostly because if you can get a free hit like I did off the seer early game, and then you can just hit them with the owl, you get presence, which means you can automatically bell them and smack them. Now, a lot of Wu Chings like to do like the blink, trump card, like to do insolence type of scenario. Blink insolence or blink trump card or whatever the scenario is mostly because it's a tie scenario. It's like you're going for the tie. And it's alright, but that's more for a tournament strategy because good survivors will always ping and tell them, inform NPC where he's going, where he's at, where he's teleporting to, so they can always leave the area and not get TP'd right on top of. So that's what makes Wooching difficult in Form NPC. Although it can be annoying and a little hard for Wooching to catch survivors because of that, it means that if you bring Blink or Insolence, it means that the early down should happen. Regardless of that, as you can see, there's still four ciphers, and originally I did not TP to the cipher because I had tinnitus. So when you have tinnitus, you don't want to teleport away from the cipher, from the chair, because usually that means they can get a free rescue. Now all I did was TP to the perfumer cipher to see if I can get a free hit. If you don't get the free hit, I just destroy the god palette and leave. It's not worth it as a perfumer against a white guard. There's no point in trying to pull anything fancy, and so I'm basically wasting their resources and making it harder for them to kite later on into the game. Now with Wuching, it's not required to get double hits, but it's really helpful if you do get double hits, because if you get a double hit on a survivor, they're down on the ground. Although it is a mech and she can still decode, she needs to pick herself up eventually. Now, whether if it's her choice to self heal and pick herself up, it's wasting time. And although if a survivor comes and picks her up, it's also wasting time. So in scenario, all you're doing is buying yourself time to hunt down more survivors, waste their resources, and get your abilities and get fed, etc. Now with Wu Chang, I personally run double teleport. Now double teleport is a little bit of a challenge, but it can work out and be very rewarding. Now when we're running double TP Wu Chang, you don't always have to teleport to a spawn. Every Wu Chang thinks you have to teleport on top of a spawn. No, you don't. You can just walk to a spawn. Because if you can walk to a spawn and say you find a perfumer, for example, if you can get one smack off the perfumer, whether if she perfumes or not, if she perfumes, just take the presence, teleport away, and then if you can teleport successfully on top of somebody else, you smack them as blackguard, you get a bell, you can bell them and down them usually. So that's why double teleport can come in clutch. Now double teleport's good because you can pressure ciphers while you're on chair, go back, and basically you want to kind of play like a dream witch in a sense. You want to chip the survivors and then go back. Now the reason why you do that is because if you ban Merc, nobody else can do that. Although there's a grave, although there's a first officer, and although there's a coordinator, you can always at least get one hit off a cord, or one hit off of a grave, or one hit off a first officer, because once they rescue, or their ability is, down like the shovel or the pocket watch and they have to rescue manually, you can always see them. So you need to smack them at least once. If you can, go for the double hit. Now as you can see in this part, I'm just smacking them, and as you can see, look, I'm going to teleport, but they already know that I'm going to there, so like they're already left the cipher. And look, I'm looking for them to TP to, but I don't see them because their team in VC is communicating and telling like, oh, he's gonna teleport, oh, he's over here, he left me, and they're doing a really good job at trying to heal and trying to decode at the exact same time. Although I do have the advantage because there is a survivor dead, I'm fully fed, and I'm constantly making them waste their resources. As you can see, there's not many pallets left. I'm trying to mind game them. They're pinging that the hunter's leaving. See, I can't teleport right on top of them because they know they're in VC. They're telling me he's teleporting. Watch out! So they're leaving the ciphers, and it's making it more difficult for me. But I'm still pressuring pretty well and making it work in my favor. Now, Wu Chang, also to keep in mind, is that you don't want to do what I do in this gameplay sometimes. Sometimes you see me do a blind teleport. Like I just, am aiming to teleport somewhere and then I just throw the umbrella and teleport. You don't always want to do that because, as you can see, I've been messing it up a little bit in this gameplay. It's costing me. Every teleport that you do is a Wu Chang can count and matter. So you see in this scenario, I'm not even holding it, I'm just teleporting, and it's costing me because I'm not downing nobody. I'm messing them up, and I have 30 seconds. Those 30 seconds could be really crucial. So basically, you can see that the coordinator and the mechanic are injured. I smack perfumer because there's nothing here. There's legit nothing here. I'm just been wasting their resources, so they have no pallets. I mean, they have windows, obviously, but it's not like they can do anything with that, to be honest. So now everybody is injured. Now I can tunnel somebody because in this scenario, when all survivors are injured against a Wu Chang, all you have to do is down a survivor, chair, and usually you can clutch the winner draw. Because in this scenario, the survivors are forced to heal up and try to save. Now you can see again, I did another blind teleport. I should have been more patient and I should have been waited it out, or at least not overshot. So now I'm trying to make it look like I'm gonna teleport, but I'm not. So the coordinator ends up trying to wait it out. She tries to elbow pad. I didn't know she had an elbow pad. She messes it up and I smack her. So now in this scenario, I can teleport to a cipher and smack somebody else, but I don't see no ciphers wiggling. So that means they're not decoding, which probably means they're healing. So in this scenario, I'm going to chair the cord and wait it out. Now, if you guys don't know, when the ciphers are wiggling, that means someone's decoding, obviously. So in this scenario, on maps like open maps like Sacred sometimes and Moonlight, it's kind of hard to see if the ciphers are wiggling. So what I try to do is I try to stand behind a wall so I can see the ciphers wiggling more easily. I see them wiggling for an inch, but I don't know. Sometimes you can get second guess yourself, and then you see it wiggling and you teleport, and nobody's there really. So you have to be careful with that. Now, although you understand kind of a bit more the strat and how to tunnel and kind of how to TP and kind of play mind games with these survivors, VC four-man comps against Wu Chang, like I said, is really hard. I get a notification, so I'm gonna hold it, and I don't get tinnitus. So if I don't have tinnitus, it means nobody's saving. So I'm gonna go pressure. I'm not wasting the teleport because I might need it. So I see in the scenario, this is basically a win because they didn't rescue Cord. They're both right here and they're both injured. Now, although that this could have been played a little bit better by me, it was still a four-man comp, so I'm not being too harsh on myself. They were obviously in VC that had a seer. It was kind of annoying, but I'm just glad they didn't go priestess. So I know the mechanic went over there. I TP over there, cut her off, and this was supposed to be a four-man, but the survivors were wishing each other good luck, and they were saying that there was this mechanic is on her promo to Griffin. So I just decided to why not just let her have a tie. So I'm gonna just TP back to Perfumer and just give them a tie. Now I hope you guys understand a bit more of Wu Chang. Double teleport strategy in legendary rank mode is really good because you don't have none of that communication. So I really recommend you guys try to get good with him and use him in rank mode because he's a really good legendary rank hunter.